All right, what up? What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mode IJ. This is the Mo you know. We got started a little late. I had some stuff to take care of. I'll be going out of town next Friday for 4 days to London. Am I going to do a live tonight? No, I'm not going to do a live on my other channel tonight. I got a video uploaded for 8 o'clock. That is family business. I got some YouTube shorts going up. We'll get back on the, we'll get back on path. Trying to knock out all those videos for February from the movies. I got to watch some other movies and get caught up on them. But I don't think I'm really going to do a compare and contrast to like what the movie was. It'll probably just be more of like their history and then a little bit about the movie and what was different. But right now we're talking about America and we will be in pain. According to Donald J. Trump, Elon Musk has access to Treasury, which is a conflict of interest since he has contracts with the American government. That's going to be interesting. I do have, give me 1 second. I forgot to bring it over here. I'll bring that over and we'll read that off. What up, LJ? We do have the official memorandum for people that want to defer. Regarding the deferred resignation program, we do have the actual memorandum. It is 4 pages. I forgot to email it to myself so I could have it on screen for you guys, but that's this. And then we also got an email today that was kind of going over what potentially is going to happen, but there's no guidance on it. If you're a federal employee, I recommend you don't take this. Also, if you're a federal employee, if they happen to fire you, just sit back, stay calm. Class action lawsuits are going out because you're a federal employee. They cannot unlawfully terminate you, or you can sue the government. So we'll go over some of that also. We'll touch on this memorandum. I'm not going to read the whole thing because there's a lot of BS, but there is no guidance on how you get paid. It is deferred to the fiscal year till September 30th. There's no clarification or guidance on how you'll get paid. And what I mean by that is we get paid bi-weekly in the federal government. But if you were to defer this till September, are we getting paid bi-weekly like regular? Is it going to be one payment a month? Like, let's say your disability or any of your VA? Is it paid one large lump sum in the beginning? Is it one large lump sum in the end? Because all of this plays a role. If you get one large lump sum after the 7 months, you're going to get taxed on it. So let's just say that's what, let's just say to make it even numbers, just $20,000 for 7 months. Let's say you get a lump sum, they're going to hit you over the head for that. You might come out with like 13, but if they pay you bi-weekly, then you're not going to get hit with that much. So there's no guidance on any of that. It's really a scam. And I've been calling it out and, people, hey, more, what do you think about that? I'm like, well, let me tell you something. It's bullshit. All right. Because they gave you between January 28th and February 6th. None of these guys are qualified for this. We know Elon's trying to get rid of the unions. Donald J, he's just dumb. He wants to bring people into the office from working at home, thinking that's going to save money. In reality, it's not. It's just going to make electricity and everything go up. So what they're banking on is the dummies to go ahead and sign off for this. Unless you got a retirement within now in September, I wouldn't recommend taking this. But even then, I probably wouldn't do it because I don't trust this administration. You'll probably get screwed over. You went ahead and resigned before your retirement. They're not going to give you a full retirement. So yeah, overall, I wouldn't accept anything that they give you. And yeah. I just wouldn't. It just doesn't sound right. All right. So I'll go over this memorandum real quick and we'll just touch on these. And then we'll go into tariffs that are being implemented. Mexico and US, they have a 30-day delay, 10,000 troops to the border. We got that going on. There's some protests in Mexico. They're going to be at the border with some protests in California. Yay. All right, here we go. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then we'll just get into it. You know what I mean? Let's see. Pursuing an authority under 5 USC 1103, the U.S. Office of Personnel Management is providing guidance to agencies. There's no guidance provided. I got all the emails at work. I'll send them to myself to my personal email today. This program provides employees with an option to submit a deferred resignation letter with resignation effective September 30th, 2025. Deferred resignation exempts those employees who choose to return to office requirements. Now, also military members, I think that's in here. Military members, people with the post office, and anybody dealing with, yeah, here we go. U.S. Postal Service, positions related to immigration, military personnel, national security, or any other position specifically excluded from your employee agency. So if you're in the military, you can't get out. You just can't get out. Plus, you don't want to get out. Employees who accept a deferred resignation should promptly have their duties reassigned or eliminated and be placed on paid administrative leave until the end of the deferred resignation period. Generally, it says generally September 30th. It's not for sure. They just saying, well, in general, we're thinking September 30th, but it could be earlier. We could only pay you till the end of February. There's no guidance in this. It just says generally. Unless the employee has elected another early date, unless the agency head determines that it is necessary for the employee to actively be engaged in transition and job duties, in which case employees should be placed on administrative leave as soon as those duties are transitioned. Pretty much saying, hey, you're going to do this job because you said you're going to resign for that. So you didn't really resign. They just gave you another fucking job, which in the federal government is illegal. I can't go and do someone else's job. When you get your job description, that's it. That's all you're getting paid for. They cannot legally make you do any work. You can tell your boss, hey, this is my job description. It don't say do B. It say do A. You want me to do B? I ain't got to do it. So this transition and stuff, you're a federal employee, know your rights. You don't have to do that shit. In addition, each week, no later than Friday at 5 p.m. through September 30th, agencies should email to tracking@opm.gov with the following information: the number of employees who offered their resignation as a part of the deferred program, the number of agency employees who are part of the deferred program placed on administrative leave. This is how you know there's nothing in place, because why would we need to report this each and every week when they only have till February 6th? You would think once we submit this, hey, put it in, ensure that they're getting paid, but it's not, because there's no program for this. There's no one sitting around with a database. Each week they want you to submit it. Now, if you've never been on unemployment, when you file for unemployment, you have to file for unemployment up front, and then each week apply on, you got to do the questionnaire on Sunday. So it asks you, have you been looking for a job? Have you found a job? What are the jobs you've been looking for? You have to report that each week. Now, that's what they want you to do on here. They want to cut unemployment, but they want you to report who is on a deferred program. Why would we need to report this every single week until September? I thought that's what this was. I thought it was a program. There's no program. There's no policy. Remember, we were talking about safety and policy. In order to have safety, you need a policy. In order to have a program, you need to have a policy for that program to follow. Although there is no policy. It's just this piece of paper that's a bunch of bullshit. Also, the number of agency employees who have actually resigned and whether or not such employee has previously submitted to the program beginning January 27th. How could they previously submit January 27th when this email came out January 28th? How would they be able to submit January 27th when the email came out January 28th? How? How could they submit to something they didn't know about a day before the email was sent out? There's nothing behind this, guys. Do not fall for this bullshit. Don't. the number of agency employees who have actually resigned and whether or not such employee has previously submitted accepted deferred resignation beginning January 27th. How could they submit it January 27th when the email for the program came out January 28th? Deadline is February 6th. Let's continue. The number of employees who sought to rescind their resignation and the status of each request. They're not going to be able to rescind it. If they said they quit, they're done. You already said they're going to be retransitioned, but now they're gone because February 6th at the end. How can they rescind it? They're gone. They quit. They stepped away. They're waiting on their checks. How can they rescind it? You don't work here. Get out the office. You're done. You quit, brother. You quit. Don't talk to us. Let's continue on. The number of applicants to extend the deferred resignation program beyond February 6th. Now, okay, if you want to extend, I want to extend, but that's only if you were out of town on leave or like on a deployment. Well, I won't say a deployment, but if you were TDY, temporary duty station. The number of applications from potential retirees to extend the deferred program end date beyond September 30th to accommodate impending retirement. So basically, they're saying if you retire after September 30th, but you accept this, they need you to report each and every week that you planned on staying longer. They're going to screw you on your retirement. If you retire after September 30th and you accept this, you're not going to get your retirement date. You're not going to get your full term. They're going to screw you over. And that's pretty much it right there. The roles of number of personnel excluded, but excluded by your agents. Well, that would probably be me. Well, this is just so stupid, man. Yeah, that's what they want. They want dummies. Like let's just say if I just started working and I was in the States, I would definitely take this. But as I mentioned, I even emailed HR on Friday and said, hey, can you give us like an idea of when we would get paid? Because I wanted to see how it's going to get paid. Is it going to continue to be bi-weekly? Is it going to be once a month, once a quarter? Is it going to be, because this is a deferred program, is your check going to be deferred till September 30th and be a large lump sum of all this time? There's no ideas of it. There's no clues. There's no nothing. I'm trying to see where it was talking about the pay in one of these pages, because all this other stuff is just BS. It's just really a big circle where they're talking about, what if I was on leave? Here we go. Another one for you retirees. Will employees who become eligible for normal or early retirement shortly after September 30th be permitted to accept the deferred program without compromising their retirement? This is the answer. This is the answer. So if you retire or you got early retirement and you want to know if you can do this, this is the answer for it. Agencies should review any such request by case, basically meaning they can fuck you over. We got to review it. Your case is different than that case. No. If I got early retirement, they got early retirement. If they get theirs, can I get mine? Some agencies might say yes, some might not. It says it's case by case. So if you got early retirement, you're going to screw yourself. This whole thing is a scam, and it's not going to save any money. The workforce is already like 2.8 million people, and they want to get it down to 1 million. We already can't do the job what we got. Now, let me see. If an employee resigns and later changes their mind, will the employee be able to rescind their resignation? Employees have the right to request at any time. The agency will need to review such requests. As noted in the deferred resignation letter, it is objective of the program to move quickly, to consolidate and or reassign roles in many cases, place employees on administrative leave which would likely serve as a valid reason to deny the request. You're quitting, you're stepping away. Now you can get another job. It does say you can employees get another job outside of this? You're going to need another job because trust me, these tariffs, they're going to be kicking your ass with no kind of income. This whole thing, and I was just sitting at work just reading it. I'm talking to my coworkers. They talking, man, I might do it. My nephew hitting me up talking about, man, that's a lot of money. Nigga, what I'm gonna do with 7 months pay? Hell no. Now, if I had another job lined up, because I got offered to come back to the post office. Now, if I would have had the post office lined up, I would take this 7 month and then start my other job. And then I'd have 2 checks coming in, but I'm not going back to no post office. You're not about to be working on me like that. Hell no. So overall, this is pretty much BS. I'll bring like I said, I'll email the other 2 emails to myself, but there's nothing in here said, will you be getting paid bi-weekly at the end of the quarter, weekly like unemployment, so they got to report it weekly, deferred till September 30th. There's really no guidance. You might fuck around and not get paid. Now, there will be a lot of lawsuits because a lot of federal employees are being unlawfully terminated, which I'm hoping, I'm kind of banking on that they kind of get me into that nonsense, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I could use a $250,000 payday. I could use a $125,000 payday. You know what I mean? Now, I'm swinging for the fences. I'm gonna jump into class action, but I also got to do, if they get rid of me, I also got to do my own lawsuit. Like, I can't get on here and do lives with you guys. It really does hurt me. I can't sleep at night. I toss and turn in my sleep at night. Woke up the next morning, someone fired me at work. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to ask for 5 million. Now, I don't know if I could live off 5 million, so I probably need to ask for 15 just in case they knock it down to 5. But yeah. Go ahead and tie me up in this. Go ahead, put me in the blender, spit me on out. You know what I mean? And I'll see you in court. I could definitely use. I know. I probably can't survive off of, like, let's just say 500,000. I probably can't survive, but I can probably get by off of it. So I'll be looking forward to that if they want to put me in there. Because one thing about me, I ain't backing down. All right, let's jump on in this. Well, that was just with the memorandum, the heads and acting heads of department and agencies guidance regarding deferred resignation program. That's what that is. Really talking about nothing, though, to be honest with you. What y'all think? You guys think you would be all right with 500,000 after taxes right now? You think you'd be all right? Would you be able to live with that? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know if I could survive off 500K. You know what I mean? I'm looking at 500K. Like, I got baby mamas. I got to pay for gas. The price of fruit then went up. My trips are getting a little more expensive. Yeah, I don't know, man. 500,000 right now. That's, I don't know, man. Maybe I might be able to get by. I got expensive taste. Me and Kendall been talking offline. Kendall put me on that. You know what I'm saying? She put me on game. She let the nigga know how you need to live. All right. So we'll talk about these little tariffs and stuff that's going on now. Kendall did send me an article. Let me see. I think it was on MSNBC. Hey, real quick, is this showing in 4K? Because I changed the settings on this. This is the first time I use it on StreamYards. Is this in 4K? Or it's just on regular, like 1080? I'm trying to up my game this year. Let me see. Seeing. $1080 is the highest. Oh, it might just be that might be y'all phones. If you on iPhones, you probably ain't got 4K. That's probably what it is. Let me see. General. Yeah, I got it on 4K. Yeah, might just be y'all phones, man. My bad. I'll be forgetting. Y'all need to get that $500,000 settlement. y'all living in the 2020s. We in 2025. We 4K'd up over here. My phone's showing 4K. My shit showing 4K right now. Y'all living in the 20s still? Y'all 2019? Oh man, y'all still listening to goddamn what's the boy name? Fetty Wap, man. My shit showing 4K right now. Oh yeah, my shit 4K. Sheesh. I ain't gonna lie, man. I kind of look good. Oh, my bad. Let's continue on. We in 4K now. All right. So this is the article Kendall sent me. It's talking about the tariffs. I mean, obviously today we had a new update. It's always going to be an update with this guy. Every single day is going to be something. But tariffs have went up. I think Fox put up a clip that was showing everything, and we'll play that video also. This is on CNBC. It doesn't have to be this way. Canada, Mexico, China, the EU respond to Trump's tariffs. It seems like every week we're talking about tariffs. Trump on Saturday signed an order imposing 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada, as well as 10% duty on China. In response, Canadian Prime Minister announced retaliatory tariffs of 25% against $155 billion of U.S. goods. Let's just do the math real quick. 155 times 0.25. So it'll put us up to 100. It'll go from 155 billion a year to roughly 190 up to 193. Yep, 193. So we'll go up from 155 billion with Canada up to 193 billion. So we're obviously not saving money. It's going to cost a little bit more. Mexico vowed retaliation, although the president did not reveal specifics. We got an update today. They're going to hold off 30 days on that. China, meanwhile, stopped short of an immediate escalation. While not targeted, trade tensions already simmer, with the EU prompted to weigh in on Trump's tariffs. U.S. President Donald J. Trump on Saturday imposed long-threatening tariffs on imposed imports from Canada, Mexico, and China. And it didn't take long for the countries to respond. Trump signed an order slapping 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada and a 10% duty on Chinese imports due to start on Tuesday. Now, the thing about that 10%, everywhere else, we can fight back with that 25%, but that 10% on China, that is going to hit us the hardest just because 80% of their exports come to us. So that means every single thing we get is about to be ass kicking. Due to start on Tuesday for Mexico. Trump signed an order slapping 25% tariffs on goods from Mexico and Canada, 10% on Chinese imports, due to start on Tuesday. Energy resources from Canada face a lower 10% tariff to minimize any disruptive effects we might have on gasoline and home heat and oil prices, according to senior administration officials. Now, if you are up in the northern states, New England, Michigan, Minnesota, this is going to probably draw your electricity to go up extremely high because Canada actually provides you guys with your electricity. So with this 25% on there, you know they're about to run it up on you. So even though I know we say black people, this ain't our fight, it is. It is because New York, New England areas, Detroit, all my people out there, Detroit Kings, shout out to my dog, OT, Brillo. This is going to be on y'all. When you're going to start seeing that going in effect on Tuesday, because Mexico, they stopped it. Canada, not so fast. So we're going to see how that goes. In an executive order, Trump said that if countries, the U.S. three largest trading partners, retaliate, it could be met with an increase or expand in scope of the duties already imposed. In a post on X, Trump said the duties have been imposed because of the major threat of illegal aliens and deadly drugs killing our citizens, including fentanyl. The U.S. does about 1.6 trillion in business each year with Canada, Mexico, and China. The tariffs are expected to be based on both bargaining chips and methods to effect foreign policy changes, specifically regarding immigration and drug trade issues by the Trump administration. Now, we did hear that Trump was talking about Andrew Jackson. Reactions from the three countries were swift and decisive, while others appeared to take more of a wait and see approach to Trump's tariffs. The EU is also watching how newly imposed tariffs will play out after Trump recently took aim at the EU. The EU is pretty well, yeah, pretty much from Portugal all the way over to Poland. Obviously, know Ukraine is trying to get in on there, but they're probably never going to because they're too corrupt. The UK is not part of the EU. The EU is basically like the United States of America. You can travel freely between European countries because that's their agreement. It's kind of each country. Well, yeah, each country is pretty much considered like a state within the EU. So you can travel between them. You still need your passport, but it's more free roam. You might not get a passport stamp in each country just because of that European agreement. So it's like you can go there. Like when I go to Amsterdam, no stamp. Spain, no stamp. Portugal, you do get a stamp. Uh, Ireland, obviously, you get one because that's not EU. That's part of the UK. Poland, you get a stamp. It's a couple of countries, but then again, I got a SOFA agreement, so most of the time they don't stamp mine. I won't say free to travel, but with being on the military base, you can go through all of it. The SOFA is like the status of forces agreement, pretty much saying we're over here working in Europe. So, saying if we get in any trouble, release us back to the Americans. The Americans will deal with us. More than like, well, if you're a military member, you'll get in trouble. If you're an American, you'll probably just lose your job and go back to the States. But it's kind of like I won't say a get out of jail free card, but it is a get out of jail free card. When I got locked up in Amsterdam, being part of SOFA, well, having a SOFA agreement, they had to release me because you can't get punished twice. So they released me back to the military, and then that's where I got in trouble at. So I mean, I spent a couple of nights in jail in Amsterdam. I get released, I go back to base. It ended up going to the embassy, and then from the embassy, it took from January to like May of 2014 before it got back to the base. They had to process all of it. Then I got in trouble on base, but it wasn't really that big of a deal. My leadership was cool. But that's just a little bit of the legal system behind the scenes. Don't go to jail or anything in Europe unless you're in like Denmark or Sweden or stuff, because it's lovely up there, man. You can live a good life. But Canada, the Canadian Prime Minister slapped retaliatory tariffs 25% against the 155 billion of U.S. goods soon after the Trump tariffs were announced. He said duties on $30 billion worth of U.S. goods will be imposed on Tuesday. So that's tomorrow. We're gonna look up the 30 billion of goods. Canada. Here we go. They're going to list right there. Oh, that's 2 minutes ago. All right. Okay. Imposed on Tuesday with tariffs on a further $125 billion worth of products are due to be introduced in 21 days to allow Canadian companies and supply chains to seek alternatives. Okay, so let's break this down. So Canada said $155 billion worth of goods from last year. That's how much they spent was 155 on goods. Plus that 25% tariff is going to take us from 155 to put us at the 193. The $193 billion is what we're going to be paying. That 25% is about $40 billion. Then he said duties on $30 billion worth of US goods will be imposed on Tuesday with tariffs on a further. So, all right. So the whole 155 isn't getting tariffed up front. He said $30 billion of the 155 will be The first one. So that we got 30 billion that starts tomorrow. The other 125 billion, they're letting Canada, instead of putting tariffs on the goods coming over from America, they're doing the right thing. They're like, all right, listen, y'all got 21 days. Instead of getting it from America, try to get it from Mexico. See if China has it. So really what this is doing, it isn't bringing money to America. These countries are like, we already know whenever you implement a tariff, we the people, the Americans, are paying for that. So these other countries aren't paying America. We're not making any money like Trump thinks we're making these other countries pay. No, the Americans are just putting the money in the pot. And then that makes you wonder, why are they trying to get rid of federal income tax? Because federal income tax, you're going to pay less than what you would pay on your tariff. Everything you pay is going to be getting hit with a tariff, and that 25% is going to be on top of everything. So the 5,000, let's just say the 5,000 you pay a year on income tax, you're going to spend about $7,000 to $8,000 over the year with inflation and those tariff costs, and it's going to be more money to the government. They're just trying to get rid of the taxes so they can cover up all the shit that they're doing as billionaires. It just doesn't make any sense at all. Because us Americans, we're going to be paying this money. But these other countries said, you know what? Fuck America. We're going to go get our shit elsewhere. So now, guess what? Those tariffs aren't going to mean anything because nothing's coming in. So now we got a scarcity of products already here in the United States. These countries aren't going to send anything to America. We already know having shit built here in America is the most expensive shit in the world. So it's a lose-lose for the American citizen. It sounds good on paper. The government's going to be all right. They're federally funded. They can easily just open up a new budget. Well, it's not that easy. Congress obviously has to sign off on it, but when you have the majority, there's ways around it. But we're not winning with any of this. There's no way we're going to come out on top of this. Now you see China, they only implemented 10%. Everybody also always talks about how Trump makes people fear him. When it comes to China, Russia, North Korea, he don't play all that shit that he's trying with Mexico and Canada. He don't do that with all of them because them motherfuckers got him in the pocket. He only puts 10% on them because he knows the majority of our shit comes from China. So it's just a little 10% just to, you know what I'm saying, just to throw a little jab at Xi. But it ain't no, we're doing 25%. It ain't none of that shit. And you see none of these countries are backing down. They laughing. Canada said, nigga, we gonna put 30 billion up front. Hey, y'all go get it somewhere else. We just not gonna fuck with America. We're just gonna fuck us over because again, Canada plays a large part in giving electricity to our northern states. It's just wild shit, man. Just wild shit. 007. No, ain't no 007. I just be living, man. I just be living. All right. So 30 billion first. Then we got tariffs on a further 125 billion worth on the products are due to be introduced in 21 days to allow Canadian companies and supply chains to find alternatives. As we said, go to China, bypass America, go to Mexico, see if you can get a ship to come around that way, which is dumb, man. Like these are, does everyone with a passport, do you have your passport card? Does everyone have a passport card? You know, your passport card is only to go to Mexico and go to Canada because we're supposed to have open borders. Well, not open borders, but you know, we're supposed to be able to go through. We got the North American Treaty. We can go straight through, just like I can drive from Germany to France, no problem. That's what the passport card is for. Now, you can only use it in America. I keep mine with me because I use that as my ID, so I don't have to take like my military ID or anything with me. I use that as my ID when I'm out and about. But he's the one that started the free trade agreement when he was in office. Only to backpedal on it. It just doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. Nah, you're not. Yeah, I mean, it's the Gulf of America, but you ain't driving out there. I hope not. Uh, like the American tariffs, our response will be also far reaching and include everyday items such as American beer, wine, bourbon. Oh, man, not the bourbon. Fruits and fruit juices, including orange juice. Man, I got a dozen. That's like the sexiest thing ever. I had this one woman hit me up this weekend. She said, Mo, what you doing? I said, nothing, counting these eggs. She said, damn, you got eggs? I said, you know, a whole dozen of them. Yeah, I got a whole dozen eggs in there just sitting there. They pretty too. I was Saturday morning, I got up because I was supposed to get some shit delivered, and Amazon called and they rescheduled. So I went to the grocery store. I got a dozen eggs and I got a whole thing of OJ. I was looking in the refrigerator, like, damn, that looked good as hell. This lady hit me up. She said, Mo, what you doing? I said, counting a dozen eggs. What you doing? She said, damn, you balling. I said, sometimes you got to get it how you live. You know what I mean? What you like, scrambled? What you like, boiled? I got 12 options in there. What you want? What you want? Them cage-free eggs too. Them the real deal right there. Them cage-free, stress-free eggs. Ooh, you hold it up to light, see straight through it. I said, ooh, them eggs. I was in there just, I'm like a mother hen. I was in there stroking them eggs. Ooh, I got a whole dozen eggs right here. Niggas is complaining about eggs. I got me a dozen eggs. Ooh, I was almost about to eat one. I said, no, I'm gonna save them for a little bit. I got a dozen eggs in the refrigerator right now. Them motherfuckers sitting there. Ooh, wee. Them dozen eggs just sitting in there. Cage free too. You know, you gotta do cage free. What up, DeMarcus? Hey, whenever a woman hit me up, hey Mo, you want to come through? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm a gentleman. You got eggs over there? If you ain't got eggs in the crib, no disrespect to anybody. You know we got to get our jokes off. But if you ain't got eggs in the crib, you living in poverty. I know the egg prices didn't went up, but you got to at least have a half a dozen for me to pull up. That lets me know who you are. If you ain't got a half a dozen eggs in the crib right now, oh, I can't pull up over there. No, how you living? I'd rather pull up. I'd rather pull up. They got cockroaches and rats at the house. You ain't got a half a dozen? Oh no, I can't do that. You ain't got a half a dozen. I ain't going over there. Hell no. When I pull up, I need to see. Okay, they got 1, 2. Oh, that's 5. Would you the 8 one? Oh no, it's over there. Okay. You got a half a dozen at least. You ain't got a half a dozen. Don't. Who all over there? Everybody got a dozen? Shit. You got to have like. You remember you had to have that damn COVID card on you? You better have a goddamn live picture. You better put a goddamn webcam in your motherfucking refrigerator. If I ask you what kind of eggs you got? Oh, I ain't got no. Oh no, we can't even be having a conversation. I'm an uppity Negro. I'm an uppity egg nigga now. You know what I'm saying? I used to be called nigga little. Now I'm called nigga egg. Nigga egg here. Yeah, I got a whole dozen just sitting in there. Tomorrow when I come home and I'm waiting on my Amazon package because they had to reschedule, crack. I'm eating 2 eggs tomorrow, whipping them. Boy, but when we get down to a half a dozen, I gotta scale back because I ain't going to get no more eggs. Them shit was like $9. I ain't gonna lie to you, still expensive as hell. All right, so including orange juice, I got a whole thing orange juice in there with vegetables, perfume, clothing, and shoes. Let me find out you niggas is Kendrick Lamar and you wearing Canadian tux. Who's buying clothes from Canada? Who getting clothes from Canada and shoes from Canada? I'd be damn. The prime minister said in a press conference on Saturday evening it include major consumer products like household appliances, furniture, sports equipment, and materials like lumber and plastics, along with much more. Now they're talking about our stuff coming from America over there. So when I was talking about wearing Canadian clothes, it's American clothes. So like Nike, Adidas. I don't even know what else we wear, but those are American companies. Anything that's going over to Canada is going to cost more. Appliances. Addressing American citizens directly, he added, this is a choice that, yes, will harm Canadians, but beyond that, it will have real consequences for you, the American people. Retaliatory tariffs are expected to further exacerbate price hikes in both U.S. and elsewise. The price of everything from cars and electronic to toys and food is expected to be impacted. It doesn't have to be this way. Yes, we have our differences in the past, but we've always found a way to get past them. I've always said it before. President Trump wants to usher in a new golden age for the United States, and a better path is to partner with Canada, not to punish it, he said. Meanwhile, Ontario said it will pull American alcohol products from its government-run liquor shelves beginning Tuesday in response to tariffs. Outlets of Liquor Control Board of Ontario will also take U.S. products out of its catalog so other retailers can't order or restock those items, according to Sunday's statement. So basically, I didn't know Canada. So Canada, the liquor is ran by the government, and they're saying they're taking all of it out, so you can't restock. Damn. What up, RC? So what Canada is saying is like all liquor from the States. Oh, they pulling all of it. So even their retailers can't even stock up on it. They say, hell no, we gonna hold all that shit. Ain't nothing getting sold up here in Canada. Damn. What's an American beer, Budweiser, Anaheim, Anheuser, fucking Miller Lite. Is Angry Orchard American? I like Angry Orchard. What's that? All that whiskey? Ew. Mm. Damn, they ain't playing, man. You know them them liquor companies ain't gonna like that. Mexico is also about retaliation following the news, although did not reveal specifics. We know, I mean, this is an article from Saturday. We know that Mexico and America, they just I mean, that's pretty much it here. We'll talk about the Mexico and then we'll go on the list of products. What up, RD? New York Times. I know they're gonna BS us. All right, we'll go to this one. Trump and President of Mexico say tariffs will be delayed for 1 month after talks. This ad will end. Let's see if they do a little bit of talking about it. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm Moda J. Right now, we're just talking about a little bit of tariffs. We're just trying to figure out life, man. You know, we're just concerned citizens. That's it.
Mexico's president said they have reached a deal to pause those new U.S. tariffs by a month. Let's go back to NBC's Gabe Gutierrez at the White House. Our Brian Chung's also still with us here on set. Gabe, what more can you tell us?
Hi there, Anna. Well, these are very fast-moving developments, and also we just heard from the president within the past few moments on social media as well. But first to the social media posting from the Mexican president, Claudia Sheinbaum. She just said that Mexico will send 10,000 members of its National Guard to its border with the United States to prevent the flow of fentanyl into the U.S. The Mexican president also said that the U.S. will work to prevent arms trafficking into Mexico, and as a result, they are pausing tariffs for 1 month. Now, President Trump, within the past few moments, he posted on social media saying, confirming all of that, but also saying that there will be negotiations over the next month involving Secretary of State Marco Rubio and other high-level officials from the United States with high-level representatives from Mexico. The president says he looks forward to participating in those negotiations with President Sheinbaum as we attempt to achieve, quote, a deal between our two countries. So again, on the breaking news that these tariffs, at least with Mexico, have been paused for 1 month. But we should point out that the president, as late as Friday, had said that nothing could stop these tariffs from going into effect. So it appears we're seeing a real-time negotiation here between these top allies, and the president saying that he spoke with Mexico's president just this morning. Now, the question becomes, Anna, what will happen to Canada? President Trump said that he spoke with Prime Minister Trudeau just this morning, and he plans to speak with him again at 3 p.m. this afternoon. So there remains a real possibility we could see these tariffs avoided, at least in the short term, before they take effect at midnight tonight. But again, that's sizable news that is sure to have impact on financial markets, that these tariffs have been delayed at least for a month with regards to Mexico, Anna.
Target made Good and Gather for you.
Yeah, fentanyl comes from China, Actually, the most fentanyl comes from China. Mexico even said, like, hey, man, you over here worried about us. Obviously, Donnie and them don't know what they're doing, but the U.S. and Mexico reached an agreement on Monday to delay the 25% tariff on all Mexican imports for 1 month after Mexico agreed to ramp up security at its border, averting, at least for now, a move that could have driven up prices for U.S. consumers and stalled both countries' economies. Mexican president said and posted on social media, Mexico will immediately reinforce the northern border with 10,000 members of its National Guard to address drug trafficking from Mexico into the U.S. Trying to stop that brick of fit. Now, Trump said in his own post on social media that the U.S. will continue negotiation with Mexico over border security, headed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Treasury Secretary Scott, and Commerce Secretary Howard. The move came after Trump signed an executive order Saturday to place 25% tariff for nearly all goods coming to the U.S. from Canada, Mexico starting on Tuesday. So Canada still doesn't have a deal. We will be watching, and if you're in the Discord, we will be updating. If I come across any article, I'll put it in the chat. So what you're seeing is nobody's really backing down from Trump. He said nothing is going to stop these. We just got a 21-day delay because people are pretty much telling them, hey, man, you're dumb. This isn't going to work. This isn't going to be able to sustain for long periods of time. But we all knew this. I mean, I've been trying to tell you guys, but y'all don't. Back then, I didn't have a dozen eggs, but now I got a dozen eggs, and it seems like you guys are all tentative now. But back then, I didn't have a dozen eggs, and y'all were treating me like I didn't know what I was talking about. It's all right, though. I love y'all, man. We the Moets, you know what I mean? Sometimes we argue, we cuss, we fight, but one thing we never do is turn our backs on each other, even though some of y'all ain't subscribed to the channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Trump also placed 10% tariff on all Chinese imports and took steps to close a loophole that allows Chinese e-commerce companies like Temu and Shein to avoid tariffs by shipping packages worth less than $800 into the U.S. duty-free. Now, remember we were talking about that when I brought up the Amazon trying to do the same thing. Now, you see what they're doing? Amazon, Facebook, well, Meta, Amazon, Meta, Elon's, I don't even know what the hell his shit is, but you see how they trying to block everything? So now Amazon could just slide in there as long as you just donate a little bit of money. Same thing happened with Meta. They just settled an agreement. Trump getting blocked. No, that was just, trust me, that was Zuckerberg's way of giving Trump $25 million. That's all that was. 25 million because he blocked you. Well, hell, I need to give you. I was blocked on Instagram last week. Instagram, y'all should settle with me. You gave Trump 25 million. I take 25,000. You had me blocked on there. During the pandemic. I couldn't say stuff about COVID. We could say COVID on Instagram now. We could say COVID on goddamn YouTube now. I was blocked. I just need $25,000. You gave Trump 25 million to build a library that we're never going to see. That was just a way for him to give him $25 million for everything else that's about to come, because we know about the AI that's going on right now. But that's a whole different thing. We're on tariffs right now. In any package that was up under $800 that came from China, it didn't go through customs. It just came straight over and they wasn't getting taxed. So they're trying to avoid the tariffs on here for shipping packages worth less than $800, and that's what you've seen Shein and Temu do. They would send you multiple little packages instead of one big package, because hey, if it's up under, go straight through. The move triggered tariffs from Canada, Mexico, and threatened to do the same. China said it would challenge the tariffs with the World Trade Organization and take unspecified countermeasures in response. So let's hear what do Trump's tariffs do with our pockets.
Guess what? I just hired a UGC creator on Fiverr.
The brand's new content reached countless feeds. Reggie amazed everyone.
Man, nobody trying to read it. Like, come on, man. Get this shit off here. Come on, Fiverr.
On what this could mean for.
Here you guys go, an educated version of what I've been explaining to you guys.
Let's talk about your wallet here. Investopedia editor-in-chief Caleb Silver is here with more on what this could mean for just your money. So when we look at these three countries, Canada, Mexico, China, last year made up nearly half of all imports into the U.S. Let's start with where are we going to see the impact right now?
Well, everywhere from the grocery store to the car dealership to filling up your car at the pump, because basically everything is going to have a tariff slapped on it. When you think about what we import from these countries, Mexico, it's a lot of fruits, it's a lot of vegetables, obviously. It's also a lot of car parts and some natural gas. When you think about Canada, we're talking about obviously timber, we're talking about natural gas and oil. You saw a 10% carve out there for Canadian oil. Very interesting in this tariff thing. That's the one thing that has smaller tariff on it, but also a lot of frozen potatoes, lots of grain, lumber, and steel. And then China, this is an everything tariff. We already have about $360 billion worth of tariffs on Chinese imports from the first Trump administration that the Biden administration added to. So basically everything. You're looking at this costing consumers anywhere from $500 a year to $1,500 a year in extra cost. At this point, we haven't seen too much retaliation news yet. As soon as that starts, these prices could go up.
Caleb, you mentioned tariffs in his first term. The last time that President Trump did this, if we look back there was a study from the Federal Reserve that found that there was a loss of American manufacturing jobs, which is interesting, and also these higher prices that we've been talking about. When would a ripple effects like that start to happen, and explain those ripple effects to us?
When you think about the S&P 500, the 500 biggest companies in America, half of their revenue comes from exports to other countries. So if you get retaliatory measures there, that's going to increase their production costs over there, but it also increases their import costs for all the products they make here in America. And what do? They pass them on to the consumers, and either we end up paying the price with higher inflation, or we tap out, and that slows economic growth. So tariffs have this consequence where you get retaliation. We've already heard Canada talking about taxing agricultural products, alcohol, that's whiskey and bourbon, apparel, footwear, cars, and EVs. That hurts American exports as well, and it hurts jobs. It slows growth, and it messes up the supply chain, because all of a sudden, companies are wondering where they're going to get their materials from. Do they need to resource from other countries? How about their exports? This could be a supply chain nightmare for the first 6 to 12 months of this, depending on how long it lasts.
You hear that? The first 6 to 12 months. Plus, what haven't we fixed yet? There's a major thing we haven't fixed yet. Where's it at? Give me a second.
Let's talk about the stock market reaction. Last week we had a rough day on Wall Street. That was related to tech. This is not going to be that. What do we expect to see today, and where do we expect to see?
When you look at the futures right now in the stock market, it is concentrated in the Dow Industrials. We're talking about big car companies here, big pharma companies here, obviously, but companies that do a lot of exports to other countries. You're already seeing Dow futures down several hundred points. This could be one of those bad days on Wall Street again, because there's a lot of uncertainty here, and uncertainty is kryptonite for investors. We usually sell first and ask questions later. You're seeing a lot of that right now, but this is just beginning.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this the type of thing where it could be 1 or 2 rough days, or it could just keep going if a trade war keeps going?
Yeah, an escalating trade war could make this even worse over time, but right now, investors are just selling in Asia, in Europe, and here in the United States before the market opens. Could be a rough one today. All right.
And matter of fact, let's check our portfolios right now. I'm down 4,000 a day, and it's just getting cracking. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm down 3,400, but hopefully we'll hold in there, because I'm not trying to pull everything just to put it back in. Even though this is our chance, we could see another huge shift like during the pandemic. About 30,000 did your boy wonders during the pandemic. We'll definitely see how this is going. As of right now, I was going to do a live yesterday, but I was talking with the family. We're in talks of trying to get 20 acres of land. So that's something that we're looking to try to do fairly soon, maybe around summertime. Hopefully we can get that. And if we do, you know, I'll be flying back to the States to show you guys the land, because I'm putting mine. I mean, told them already. I want my plot by the lake, even though I'm never gonna live there. My shit gonna be by the lake. But anyway, let's go to the list of products, and then we'll continue on from here. With the tariffs, they talk about 6 to 12 months, depending on when this starts and how long it lasts. List of products from the United States subject to 25% tariffs effective February 4th, 2025, which is tomorrow. So at midnight. We'll just go all the way down. We already know about the countermeasures. So this is the first 30 billion that they're talking about out of the 155 billion, which is giving them 125 to go find suppliers elsewhere. So starting off with the tariffs. And remember, this is the tariffs on everything coming from the States. Now it's going to hurt them, which they're going to stop buying from America. And remember, this does not apply to U.S. goods that are in transit to Canada on the day on which they came into force. So if it's coming in tomorrow, then it's not going to count. So hopefully they're stocking up, just like we've seen Walmart and other companies in October, November, stocking up on this, because when these tariffs happen, they're not trying to get anything else imported. It's like, hey, let's just chill. Let us sell our inventory, which once that inventory, you know, supply and demand, once that inventory starts getting down, the demand is going to go up. Supply goes down, demand goes up, your pockets get hurt a little bit more. Then you got to go to work and you asking your boss, hey, boss, man, I need some extra money, man. Mo talking about he ain't coming through. If I only got 6 eggs at the house, I need to get at least a dozen. You know what I mean? But the kids, these little mofos, they going through eggs like crazy. I'm talking about 3 to 4 eggs a day. I'm like, hey, chill out on the eggs, 2 eggs a day. Mix it with a little bit of cheese or something, but chill out. Don't be eating 3, 4 eggs. Now eat 2 eggs. Get some toast or something. The list of products outlined at the tariff item at the level below should read in conjunction with the schedule to Canadian customs tariffs. Live poultry, that is to say fowls of the species, ducks, geese, turkeys. This is weighing no more than 185 grams. Fowls of the species. All right. So if you want duck from the States, Canada said we hitting you with 25%. Oh, Canadians. Same thing. All of this is the same. Turkey. Damn. We got a lot of wild turkeys here in the States that go elsewhere. Meat and edible. It's the same things. All this is falling up under. Man, just give us a regular list. We don't need all the details. So all the meat, all the pig fat, free, lean meat, poultry fat. Yeah, I guess they ain't gonna get no pig feet up there in Canada. Milk and cream. We got a lot of dairy down here too. So that's about to sit and go spoiled. Yogurt, buttermilk, curled milk, other fermented and acidic milk and cream. Yogurt containing chocolate, coffee extract, plants, parts of plants, cereals. Damn, man, Canada ain't gonna be able to get none of the good shit. Powdered buttermilk, whey protein. Damn, Canada about to, man, where they gonna get all this from? Mexico? Butter, dairy spreads, cheese and curd, grated or powdered cheese, all kinds of cheddar cheese. Oh, I can't go without no cheddar cheese. Mozzarella and cheddar cheese, my favorite cheese. Blue cheese. Ew. What else they got? Provolone, mozzarella, Swiss. Damn, man. Parmesan, Romano. Damn, man. Canada losing out on some good shit, man. They losing out. They got to get their cheese and shit from Mexico. That's like eating picante sauce from New York City, man. We don't do that. No. They losing all these birds, eggs. Well, right now we got bird flu, so the fertilized eggs, fresh eggs, egg yolks, dried. Damn, man, Canada, I feel sorry for y'all. Tomatoes, then they can't even get honey. 25% on honey. Tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. Damn. Vegetables, and they can't get no beans. Nuts, fresh or dried. Citrus fruits. Oh man, they can't get Florida oranges. Mandarins. Oh, clementines. Oh, I know they hurt. I love me a clementine. Man, clementines, they so little bitty. Man, I be tearing clementines. Oh, damn. They getting hit with 25% on clementines. The little bitty, the little. Damn, man, that right there will suck. I got some green apples, but I like clementines. I like them better than oranges. They little bitty. Damn, Canada, my bad, y'all. Y'all missing out on that, man. Y'all missing out. Grapefruit, lemons. Oh, man. Melons, peaches, apricots, cherries, plums. Oh, man. Damn, Canada. Watermelon. Oh, man. Limes? Oh, you can't even put the lime in the coconut. Oh, man. Damn, Canada, 25% on that. Damn, that sucks. I ain't gonna lie to you. That ain't right. Fruit should not have no 25% tariff. Oh, man. Damn. They whooping Canada. Well, Canada implemented this. So it's unfortunate because, yeah, the Canadians got to pay for this. But guess what? Once they cut that off, all of the American, well, so this is how this is going to play out. Let's just use like the oranges and stuff as an example. Canada got 25% on there. So let's just say it's $10 or no, yeah, we'll do $10. Like it. We'll do $10. So that 25% is $2.50. Now, your 10 oranges are $12.50. The only problem is it's $12.50 for those same 10 oranges. I don't know if Canada heard or not, but we have an immigration problem. So now, not only do you have that $2.50 on top of it, guess what? We don't have anyone out there collecting no oranges. So now, instead of it being that 25%, guess what? They not moving the oranges. They got a lower quantity. So now that $2.50 turns into almost 50% because they got to up the price because they got a limited quality. Well, quantity, my bad, quality. The quality should be good. But then again, the quality is going to go down because if no one's out in the field collecting the oranges, that means they're just sitting out there. So now instead of having that 25% tariff on there where you're spending $12.50, you're really going to have to get hit with another $2.50. But guess what? Now the Canadians are looking for other sources to get the oranges. So that means the American oranges are doing what? Just sitting and rotting. Because they depended on these other countries to buy it. The overflow of oranges, hey, this is the set amount we got going there. So now Canada's paying $15 for those same 10 oranges, but then the oranges are sitting here, and then in return for us, the same thing. Now that we're not exporting anything, you would think the price would go down because there's a surplus of oranges, but it's not going to work that way because if we're getting rid of all of the migrant workers, that means the oranges are going bad. It's a surplus. Now we got to sell them. We got to get rid of them. But there's only a certain amount that's good because they don't have enough time to collect all the fresh ones. We got these, we got to get them. So now the quality for the American has went down. The price may have went down also, but the quality is going down because we're not keeping up with the normal cycle. So it's just piling up and it's just sitting in there. It's just like, hey, Mr. Tallyman, tally me bananas. Daylight's come on, me won't go home. Day, me so that. Remember, he was counting up the bananas because he wanted to go home. He got a quota to meet. You got a quota to meet. But if you ain't meeting this quota, they going bad. Because it's 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Yeah. See? Work all night, dine a drink of rum. Daylight come on, me one go home. Yeah. It's 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. We ain't got no 8-foot bunch out there because all of our migrants are gone. The ones that were getting paid up under the table, because guess what? They said that they stealing all the jobs, but ain't no American about to get out in that field and collect them damn oranges up under that sun. I don't care if it's 70 degrees outside in Florida or 90 degrees. Americans ain't doing it. So now the quality is going down for us. These farmers, they already talk about, man, hey, dog, this ain't nobody showing up for work. Construction sites, screwed. We're going to go into migrants next, but let's just continue on with this. We're just going to follow it down the road, man. Peaches, raspberries, blackberries, mulberries, Logan. What the hell is a Loganberry? It sounds like some shit from a goddamn a Loganberry. How to grow Loganberries? Oh, this is that wild stuff. We had Loganberries in our backyard, I think. The North American blackberry and the European raspberry. So they call them raspberry. I've never heard of a Loganberry. Oh, okay. Coffee, not roasted, non-decaffeinated. Well, they can definitely get coffee from like Colombia and everywhere else. They definitely not coming to us for that. Green tea, black tea, partly fermented tea, pepper, neither crushed nor ground, crushed pepper, fruits, we know that. So right now it just looks like they're all of the vanilla, cinnamon tree flowers, cloves, nutmeg. So it seems like everything that they're really, oh, well, this list is long as hell. I don't know if we're gonna go through all of this, but this looks like all ginger, wheat, rye, barley, oats, rice. Shit, man, you better start getting your rice from overseas, man. Nah, this is for Canada. This is all of the American products that go to Canada that are going to have 25% on. So it's not affecting us. This isn't anything we're getting from Canada. This is just everything that we're sending to Canada, which is going to affect us. Because if Canada isn't buying this stuff, it's just sitting here and going to waste. And in return, if these other countries, like, they're supplying whole countries. So if they put tariffs on here and they stop, let's say this company has 5,000 workers. If 30 to 40% of our surplus goes to a whole country, if we're not moving that 30 to 40%, that 5,000 employees we got to lay them off. We got to cut back from 5,000 to 2,500 because we're supplying a whole country, but the country said, we got 21 days. We're not going to buy from America. It's not doing anything but hurting Americans. We're going to see more layoffs. People going to be losing their jobs. And people could be like, oh, these companies. Listen, I understand. But you have to realize business is business. It's unfortunate, but that's how it is. You got to minimize expenses in order to make money. When you start a business, and that's why business is so cutthroat. The only reason you start a business, there's no business that started to fail. Every business is created to make money, and removing expenses is what you do. Now they're trying to run America. They're trying to run America like a business. But see, the difference is you can't fire federal employees. So that's why they want you to resign. And then they're going to screw you over because it's going to be in your record that you quit. They're not going to rehire you. It's already hard enough to get into the system. So once you get there, just sit there, because once you quit, once you resign, your health insurance that you didn't enroll in, you remember it just opened up from October to December 12th. Remember you signed up for it? When your ass quit, it's over with. It's gone. Everything's gone. It's over with. No insurance. You're done. You're done. You just quit. There's no insurance for the rest of the year. Your annual cleaning that you getting, you ain't getting the annual cleaning. You thought you was going to get your eyes checked? You ain't getting your eyes checked. Your goddamn back got to hurt? You ain't going to get that back checked. You just going to be a hurt nigga sitting at home. So don't do it. Don't do it. Vegetable saps, extracts, Fats and oil. So all of this right here is just like food. Let's go see if they're doing anything else besides food. Preserved meat, pasta, uncooked. Damn, they put this list together. Well, they probably already had this list and they just added to it. So they they're putting 25% on water, mineral water, non-alcoholic beverages, chocolate milk, Coca-Cola, Pepsi about to be mad as hell. That's what's going to happen, though. All of these companies, they're going to go to the government like, hey, man, y'all got to cut these tariffs off, man. They ain't buying our shit. Beer made from malt, wine, fresh grapes. What's something major that they got on here? Damn, not the sparkling water. Cider, prune wine. Oh, ethanol alcohol. Oh, ethyl alcohol, not ethanol. Ethyl alcohol, tobacco refused, cigars, cigarettes, smoking tobacco. Now, that's one thing. There's two things. Well, actually, three things. There's three things, no matter what the cost is, people will always buy: drugs, cigarettes, and liquor. No matter what the cost is, those three, people will go without eating to go get them a cigarette. People won't sleep for 7 days if it means they can get a hit of that rock. Those three things, any type of drug, heroin, meth, coke, crack, pills, liquor, and cigarettes, those three right there, people will quit their job and go sit on a corner in order to get that shit, man. One of my coworkers, in the morning time, I'll be back, y'all. I'm about to go get me a pack of cigarettes. Like, nigga, it is 8 o'clock in the morning. What happened to the pack you got yesterday? Oh, man, come on, Mo. You know, I smoked all them. Like, damn, nigga, you need to chill out on that shit, man. You only like a year older than me. You look about 55. And you hit another one of them, you might be 76. You need to calm down, man. Just save you some money, bro. Nicotine. Let's see. Oh, beauty and makeup. Oh man, no, my girl Fenty, man. Lip makeup, eye makeup, manicure, pedicure, natural sands of all kind. Why is Canada buying sand? Shampoos, preparation for permanent waving or straight. Oh, you can't even. No, they taking away our sporting waves, man. To all the Canadians, man, I feel bad. Y'all ain't gonna be able to get no waves. Y'all ain't gonna be able to straighten. Y'all can't get that soul glow. You can't get that over there without getting taxed. Oh man, they said permanent wave, and you can't get waves in Canada no more. It costs 25% extra to get waves in Canada. Oh man, I know do-rags and went up. Do they wear do-rags in Canada? To all my Canadian people, y'all wear do-rags up there? Y'all just fucking say fuck it. Damn, they getting rid of permanent waving or straightening. Damn, you can't even get your hair straightened up there in Canada without them busting you over your head. You go into the barber shop, yeah, man, I need you to cut it down so I can get them waves. Barber talking about, man, you want to save some money, man, I advise you grow it out, man. Them wave products, 25% extra. Damn, you can't even, oh, man. They putting 25% tariffs on dental floss. Oh, you can't even floss your teeth. You can't even shave. Oh, you can't get Gillette shaving gel. Oh, man, they whooping ass over in Canada. Deodorant. Oh, my God. Disinfecting properties. No perfume. Oh, man, shaving is going. Oh, man, hell no. Being there dry shaving, just run some water over the razor and get to it. Damn. They trying to make my Canadian Connect funky, man. Hey man, if you need me to smuggle you some deodorant across the border, man, holla at me, man. Y'all hit my P.O. box up, man. I'll send you some deodorant, man. We ain't gonna let you get hit with no 25. Deodorant, come on, man. You can't put tariffs on deodorant. We can't have people walking around funky. Now, I understand shit is it's a tariff war, but we can't have people walking around funky. Adding 25% to deodorant, and that right there is where we got to draw the line. We got to draw the line on deodorant. Like, come on. Can we, like, hey, all countries, look, we need to have a sit down. Deodorants, no tariffs. No tariffs on deodorant. Everyone needs to wear deodorant. When we come into these meetings for negotiation, everybody needs to be putting on deodorant. We can't, Canada, y'all got to pull back from the 25%. Everything else you can keep, but we got to pull back on the deodorant. Let's have some decency. Bath salts, bath preparations, cosmetic or toilet preparation. Oh my goodness. What up, Gravity? Deodorants, yeah, same thing. Soap and organic surface active products, preparation in forms of bars, cakes. Oh man, they hitting them over the head with soap too. Covered with soap or detergent for toilet use. You can't even wash your butt up there without getting hit with 25. Oh my goodness. You washing your ass in Canada costs an extra 25%. Damn. Hey, Canada, man, I advise y'all to buy y'all own soap, man. Don't buy none of the American soap. 25% extra just to wash your butt is crazy. he said the white people loving these tariffs. No soap. They just let the water hit your body. Hey, man, if you in Canada, man, buy Canadian soap, man. That's too far, man. We can't be putting tariffs. Like, we got to let deodorant, like, hygienic shit. Like, come on, man. You just trying to take a regular shower and it's 25% extra. Oh, come on, man. That's just, we done took it too far, man. Ugh. All right, let's see what else they got. Floor coverings and plastic. Damn, you can't even get the wall ceiling covers combined with knitted woven fabrics. Damn, you can't even get your floor nothing done right now. Damn, they putting on baths, shower baths, sinks, wash basins, lavatory pans, seats and covers, flush. Oh, damn, man. They getting, all right, now we're getting into all the tableware, kitchenware, shutters, blinds, doors, rubber, light trucks used on aircraft, motorcycles, bikes. Damn, you can't use rubber on nothing. Oh, this is for tires? Oh, my goodness. New pneumatic tires or rubber. Sheesh. Yeah, they really look. Hey, y'all remember they said they're only doing this on $30 billion worth of stuff? I wonder what the other $125 billion worth of product is. This is a lot of shit. And we're not even, look, if you look over here, we're not even halfway down the list. And they're talking about this is only 30 billion. There's 125 other billion things that have tariffs in 21 days that they're allowing their companies to go and look for. This is a lot of shit just to be 30. We're not even half. We probably like a third of the way done. We're obviously not gonna go through all of this, but I just wanted to see what like all the main, like the big stuff. This is the first $30 billion. There's still $125 billion worth of stuff we don't even know about. Trunks, suitcases, vanity cases, executive cases, briefcases, school satchels. Kids can't even go to school. Well, the feminine products that was like up here with the makeup and like all. I just didn't read all of it, but all of that's in the yeah, like bath salts. All of this is up in here. I just didn't read all of it. Washing the skin in form of liquid or cream. Because it was something that was talking about. Yeah, it's a whole bunch. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going into depth on all of this, but I just wanted to see what the main stuff is. Trunk, suitcases, vanity cases, shopping bags, wallets, purses, map cases. What the fuck is a map case? Who got a map case? Cigarette cases, tobacco pouches, bottle cases, jewelry boxes, powder boxes, cutlery cases, and similar containers of leather, my bad, leather, sheeting of plastics. Golly, they ain't playing around. Sports bags, articles of apparel, clothing, belts, gloves, mittens. Wood, tropical wood, mahogany, teak wood. Damn, boy, I tell you, they ain't playing around, ain't they? Maple wood, other confernius, the pine trees. Particle board, oriented strand board, OSB, similar board, for example, wafer board. Oh, okay, a wafer board, like what you put in the ceilings. Fiber board, damn, plywood. Yeah, man, Canada ain't playing around. This is only 30 billion, man. Jeez Louise. Handkerchiefs, toilet paper, envelopes. Damn, 25% on envelopes. You can't even, oh my goodness. Shit. The price of stamps and already went up, and now they hitting us over the head with envelopes. Toilet paper. Oh, you ain't buying no, hey. I got 3-ply in my main bathroom. You know, upstairs they get 2-ply, but my bathroom is 3-ply because, you know, only the softest pause for my tushy. But yeah, you in Canada don't buy no goddamn 3-ply toilet paper from America. 25% extra just to wipe your butt, just to hop in the shower and pay an extra 25 for the soap. Then on top of that, another 25% to put deodorant on, plus the perfumes and colognes that come. Oh my goodness. Let's do the math. You use the bathroom, that's 25% on the toilet paper. Then soap to wash your hands, another 25%. So we already at 50%. Then you got to take a shower. Soap, 25%. That's 75%. Your shampoo, 25, another. That's 100% right there. Then you got to put your lotion on. That's another 25%. You had 125%. Then you got to put your, like you said, your lotion, your deodorant on. That's 150%. Just going to the bathroom, one day is 150% extra a day. Oh, hell no. Damn, Canada. Hey, Canadians, y'all need to buy your own products, man. I know it's a small amount. I know we thinking 25%, maybe an extra for it, like deodorant, it might be $1.10 extra, but that adds up, man. I'm telling you, that adds up. And just from the toilet to the shower and getting ready for bed is an extra 150% in tariffs if you buy American products. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Well, that's really all we're going to go through on here. But oh Lord, I didn't even get into this. Handkerchiefs, cleansing or facial tissues and towels. So the towel I think Canadians, they fall into they don't use towels. I think aren't Canadians just like bar on skin? Ain't that what Canadians do? I don't think they use like loofahs and stuff, do they? I think Canadians are just soap on skin or water run down the body. I'm not familiar. I've never been to Canada, so I'm not I'm not sure how you guys do, because I know our white folk, they just let the water like hit their body and they all right with that. Like they don't wash below the waist, I think, or below the knee or something. So nah, whenever you watch TV, whenever you watch them commercials, I ain't never seen no commercial where somebody was washing up with a towel. It's just straight bar on body. You know what I'm saying? Bar on body. You go over there, you look in their bathroom, the bar of soap will be molded like the like they body or something. Like, damn, nigga, how long you been using that soap, man? You ain't got like no goddamn liquid soap, no body wash or nothing. Like, using a bar of soap for. I got some stuff called ancient cosmetic, but you know what I mean? I use a loofah. Change your loofah. Don't be using that same loofah. No, hey, every 2 months, 3 months, change that loofah. More than that, probably. I buy mine in packs of 3. You know what I mean? Mine's like almost after 4 weeks, I try to use a new one. I don't really like using the same loofah. Plus, the loofahs get all like worn out and stuff. Try to change those out, man, like you do your toothbrush. Tablecloths. Folding. Oh yeah, they got a lot of stuff. All right, that right there is the tariffs. I order my loofahs off of Amazon. My loofahs come with the stick, the stendo. Pause. You know what I mean? I got to be able to reach my back. I ain't trying to be in the bathroom doing aerobics. You know what I'm saying? My loofah come with a stick. You know what I mean? I don't use just the hand loofah where you gotta. Nah, I got a stick on mine. Get all back there. Make sure you get your whole back. Yeah. I buy mine in packs of 3 off of Amazon, and I don't get the wooden handles. I get the plastic handles. You know what I mean? The sturdy ones. Damn, they getting hit over the head for suits too. All right, Alta. I'm gonna show y'all where Kendall shop, man. This is why I say when I get my bougie on, I'm with Kendall. You know what I mean? Let's see what loofahs cost over at Alta. Oh, Kendall, you got this little penguin one? A beauty collection. Man, exfoliating. Man, don't none of these get the job done. All right. So there's the tariffs. Now there was a point where Donald Trump was talking about Andrew Jackson and the tariffs. The reason tariffs worked back then was because, let's be honest, the reason tariffs worked back then was how they were living. That's the really only the reason that it worked. When Andrew Jackson was around, I don't even remember what president Andrew Jackson was. But anyway, when Andrew Jackson was around, everything was homegrown. When you had your house, you didn't have a mortgage on your house. You got your house built, a one-time payment, or you did the work, or you paid some people to come over, get drunk with them. They help you build a house. You didn't have a car. You had a horse. You didn't go to the grocery store. You went down to the farmer who had the food out there, who may have had a shop, and you bought from him. So the reason tariffs worked back then is because everything else they were building right there. You had you a blacksmith. It wasn't like he needed to outsource shit. He was getting stuff right here and they were just putting it out there. So the reason tariffs worked back then was you weren't buying much. You were living off of 10 cents a day. It didn't matter. There was no income tax back then. There was no taxes. So the tariffs, they worked because how much stuff were we getting from England? When Andrew Jackson was around, maybe like, give me a second. 1829 to 1837 was when he was president. He was born in 1767. Do we know what was going on in 1767? Let me tell you what was going on in 1767. Not a motherfucking thing. All right, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Wasn't shit happening in 1767 to where tariffs played such a big role. The only thing we had going on 1773. So our tariffs were only with who? England. It wasn't. Who did we have tariffs on? We beat their ass in the war. We only had tariffs on them niggas. It wasn't no other country. We thought we was in fucking India and we thought we were getting spices. There wasn't no tariffs that were like knocking doors down. We sure the fuck wasn't the richest. We wasn't making any money back then. We were getting our back kicked in by goddamn England. That's why we had the Boston Tea Party. No taxation without representation. They were taxing the hell out of us, but they wasn't giving us a motherfucking thing. So when we implemented tariffs, it wasn't like that money was coming in and they were fixing shit up. No, he just doesn't know history. That shit just sounds good. We were nowhere near the richest. Even with inflation, we were still nowhere richer than we are today. It's just all complete, utter bullshit, man. And you hear supporters giving them damn tariffs. You wasn't paying for electricity in 1776. You were paying for motherfucking candles in the window. Blow out the candles. The British are coming. The British are coming. It wasn't no electricity. You had your own little farm in the backyard. You were producing your own produce. Tariffs didn't do shit back then. What were they bringing in? Tea? It was the Boston Tea Party. We threw away all their tea because they were hitting us with taxes on it. Tariffs weren't doing shit for the country. It sounded good. The only reason the tariffs were implemented is because we won the war and we were like, hey, we need to get some money back from what you motherfuckers did to us. But when I say us, I mean them, because they wasn't doing it to us black folk. That was them white folk that had that issue. They ain't had shit to do with us. This is way before the Civil War when we were actually trying to fight for. Right now, we just now when they say black people, that wasn't our fight. That Boston Tea Party shit, that wasn't our fight. We ain't had nothing to do with that shit. That right there is between white folk and white folk. So when they talk about black on black crime, they got to point out that there has been more white on white crime in the world in history. We ain't even gonna go back to like all the Roman time and all that shit. But anyway, we're gonna bring that shit back to here in America. Wasn't shit going on in 1767 into 1773 when fucking Andrew Jackson was around. So tariffs didn't mean anything. It just sounds good. You know, Andrew, because ain't no one gonna go, yeah, I wonder what the tariffs were like with Andrew Jackson. Why were they so successful? What the fuck are we didn't have electricity or nothing. You didn't have to pay taxes. You didn't really have a job. If you did have a job, it was probably like, no disrespect, it was some bullshit. You may have worked at a little shop making back then, probably it wasn't even pennies back then. I don't know what they had. It was the bartering system. Like, hey man, look, I give you fix the horseshoe on my horse, nigga. I get you some motherfucking, you want some lettuce? I got lettuce over here today, you know? Like I got 4 candles. You do one horseshoe for 4 candles, and then for the other 3, I can get you some apples. But hold on, give me a second, because I gotta go see if the wife, hey, do we have any chopped wood? Because I'm gonna change that chopped wood and go get some of this cabbage, because I'm trying to get the horses. Yeah. No, damn it, I don't mean no. Listen, do we have any extra chopped wood that we can spare? Because then how are we gonna get the horseshoes done? Well, what are you yelling at me for? I just went to war with the British, and now you're yelling at me? See, we're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to get anywhere. And it's a simple question. We're trying to get the horseshoes fixed. We got one working horseshoe. Can you at least make some soup for Kyle? I'll go see if Kyle. Give me a second. Hey, Kyle, I know I said I can get you some apples. How about we make you soup? Can you do the other 3 horseshoes? All right, soup for 2 days. And you do the horseshoes? All right, cool. Like, this shit is just him just talking, man. It just talk. It doesn't mean anything. And it really be people in here that talk about, man, people are scared of change, man. He's really gonna change the world. But you showed me what, like, let me see something. Andrew Jackson was the president during the enactment of the tariff of 1832 and the tariff of 1833. These tariffs were part of a series of tariffs that were controversial and led to nullification crisis. Let's find out what the nullification crisis is. We're going to go down this rabbit hole. Let's see. You guys know what the nullification crisis is? The nullification crisis of 1832 was a conflict between who? The federal government in South Carolina over tariffs of foreign goods. This crisis was the first time that tension between the states and federal government almost led to a civil war. So Donald Trump said that America was the richest under Andrew Jackson when there were tariffs. But we just found out that there was a nullification crisis between the federal government, who is ran by Donald Trump, and the individual states. And guess what those states just going to happen to be? They're going to be blue states. All this did was divide the country and almost spark a civil war. But this is what he wants to mold it off after. And this is in our face. And people listen to it, talking about, yeah, man, them tariffs are good. You hear what he said about Andrew Jackson? But we just did a little history lesson, and we found out that when Andrew Jackson did this, it almost sparked off a civil war. Not the civil war that we know about. This was a prequel. This was before the war. You feel me? Yeah.
Andrew Jackson, a man named General Andrew Jackson of Tennessee. I wonder why they keep talking about Trump and Jackson and Trump. Oh, I know the feeling, Andrew. I'm a big Andrew Jackson fan. Andrew Jackson was a military hero and genius and a beloved president. We had the greatest election. In all fairness, I used to hear Andrew Jackson. This was now greater than the election of Andrew Jackson. People say that. No, people say it. I'm not saying it. Right? This was the equivalent or greater. Today, I call attention to another anniversary, the 250th birthday of the very great Andrew Jackson. Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, and Abraham Lincoln, and many of our greatest presidents fought with the media and called them out, oftentimes on their lies. We are the country of Andrew Jackson. They say Andrew Jackson was always the nastiest campaign. They actually said we topped it. In the words of Andrew Jackson, farmers are the basis of society and true friends of liberty. Great story. Love that story. Have great respect for Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson was called many names, accused of many things, and by fighting for change, earned many, many enemies. Jackson's life was devoted to one of very crucial principle. He understood that real leadership means putting America first. But that did not stop a man named General Andrew Jackson of Tennessee. Do you ever hear of Andrew Jackson of Tennessee? He's a great general and a great president. And his ragtag militia of patriots who are ready to fight to defend American independence. It's the state of Andrew Jackson, a great president and a great general, by the way. Andrew Jackson, who continues to be on the $20 bills. You know that. Federal agents arrested the suspected ringleader of the attack on the statue of the great Andrew Jackson in Washington, D.C. We've had a long and very storied history with Thailand. In fact, we were just mentioning that Andrew Jackson, who is on the wall, was the president when we first developed the big relationship. They wanted to rip down Andrew Jackson. They wanted to rip down George Washington. They were actually heading over to the Jefferson Memorial, if you can believe that. The very great Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Jackson. Well, that was a little history lesson because, you know, people don't, well, yeah, I mean, America was the richest then under Andrew Jackson. We was about to go to war. You know, I say we, I just mean the American people. I don't mean us because that wasn't we wasn't fighting for no freedom at that time. Them niggas was fighting over tariffs. So that's what they say. That's above my pay grade. I was just a lonely Negro then, so that was definitely above my pay. I'm not fighting over no tariffs. I ain't even got no money. I'm motherfucker out here working for free, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fighting over no damn tariffs. That's on you motherfuckers. But that was between the federal government and the states. What has he been talking about? We're not going to release aids to the states unless they conform and bend the knee to what we want. It's all right there in our face, and we're just watching it. We're just watching. I know black people say this ain't our fight, but for you Negroes that voted for him, we live in America. I know everyone says it isn't their fight, but hear me and hear me clearly. If you live in America and you pay your taxes, this is your fight. This is your fight. I don't want to hear it ain't my fight. We ain't got nothing. When something happens and black women talking about this ain't our fight, this is it. If you live in America, if you are an American citizen or you pay your taxes in America, then this is your fight. There's no way to get out of it. It's your fight too. It's unfortunate we in this situation, but this is your fight too. I live overseas. People try to, oh, you live in Germany. Nigga, I'm still an American. This is what it is, man. It is what it is. Now, I don't have to deal with it as much because I'm over here living off the German economy, but I still got to deal. I still get the emails. Everything they talk about, it don't really, it affects me in a little aspect, but for the most part, like, man, this is our fight, man. He's doing Andrew Jackson's dream, not Dr. King's dream. Yeah, there you go. Andrew Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, the nullification crisis. So the tariffs back then in 1832, which imposed tariffs on imported goods, reaching rates as high as 45% on certain items, significantly impacting the Southern economy, relying on exporting cotton. What I just tell y'all, I'll tell you, we're going to go on a history lesson. Sometimes it ain't the history we want, but we always going to go on a history lesson. What I just tell you, we ain't fighting on no terrorists. We out here working. I already knew everything that was getting taxed. When they mentioned a southern state, I already knew what I say. This ain't our fight on tariffs. We ain't paying no. We ain't got no money. We working. We slaves. This ain't that ain't our fight. Y'all fighting over money that we ain't got. And this is, like I said, the prequel to the actual Civil War. This was the buildup. The federal government, like, hey, we want to put tariffs. The South was like, nah, hell no, we working these slaves. We got a bottom line to meet. It is what it is. That's America for you. Well, let's continue on. Andrew Jackson, the 7th president of the United. Everybody put a round of applause in the chat for Andrew Jackson, the 7th president, El Presidente of America. Oh no, I want to do workers not insurance. Man, what the hell? What is this? Oh, here we go. Oh, wrong thing. I want to find a video. There was a video I seen earlier was talking about the construction sites when nobody's showing up to work. All right, here we go. Well, this is Al Jahiri. Let me see. You know, I don't really like going to outside of American websites, but we'll go to this Minnesota. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. After we do this one, this will be 2 hours. So after we do this, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, you can start putting those in the chat, and then we'll continue from there. I'm Mo.J. This is the Mo You Know. All we're doing is just informing people, you know. There's really nothing to say. I mean, it's life, and for the most part, we gotta stick it out. The one thing is, we'll be fine. We're going to make it through. It's going to be a long 4 years, but we'll make it through. You know, there's still going to be, if we're going to be honest, it's still going to be about 70 to 80% of the, I say about 70% of the loyalists after this 4 years, they're still never going to deny that it was fucked up. We're only 2 weeks in right now. This is the start of the 3rd week. They're never going to be like, yeah, man, it was pretty messed up. You know, like, we're 3 weeks in, the stock market's already going down. People aren't showing up for work. Tariffs are going through the roof. It's really terrible right now. I won't even say it's terrible right now. Right now, this is the honeymoon phase. Now, imagine you married somebody you definitely didn't want to be with. You watching one of them Netflix shows, I Married a Psycho or some shit like that. That's what's going on right now. This is one of those arranged marriage. If you watch Color Purple, this is what Silly got into. You know what I'm saying? How Silly, me and you might have. This is what she got into. That we didn't want this, but majority wins, and this is what happens. But we already got some fighting and stuff going on behind the scenes. I'm gonna try to start making like shorter videos. It's just this month is hectic. I ain't gonna lie to you, trying to get all these videos re-uploaded and stuff, but we'll figure it out. We'll go through these, and then whatever you guys want to talk about, let's do it. Let's do it. A day without immigrants, nationwide movement. 75% of farm workers are missing work. Jeez Louise.
Struggling in silence? We hear you. Call, text, or chat 988.
No school?
Yeah. Well, as far as, I mean, it's a conflict of interest. Obviously, with getting all the records to all the Treasury Department and everything that they have is definitely bad, especially when you have someone with $3 billion worth of contracts through the federal government. Also, with them doing like trying to slash these budgets, Elon doesn't have any power. He can make recommendations. The thing is, any money that's already allotted to a department, the president doesn't have the power to divert that money. That money has to go, that money is sent out by Congress. So any money that's sent out to these agencies is never the president. The president can request more. The president can, try to lobby with his people. That's usually what you got the vice president out there for. Or you have like your minority leaders going out there and doing the bidding of the president pertaining to the party that they're in. But him having the records, this is bad just for the simple fact he can see what they're paying to other people. He could try to undercut, because one thing we know about the federal government is they usually go for the lowest cost. I won't say Elon's staying afloat because of government bonds and funding like that. I mean, it's obviously helping him, but he done made enough money that obviously he doesn't have a liquid, but he done made enough money off of all this shit. He's staying afloat just off of his stocks and everything. But the good thing for him, and this is business, never spend your money. If the government's going to give you this money, then you want to spend the government's money. That's why the PPP loans were good if you were using it for good. Obviously, if you're using it for bad, we see what happens, you get locked up. So it's definitely an issue. He can make recommendations. He could also backdoor certain things, lobby with some of the senators. Hey, do this, try to pass this, get this pushed across, since we do have the majority. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just like Doge. Remember, Department of Government Efficiency, Doge is nothing real. It would never be a real department. It takes 2/3, which is 70. It's 2/3 of Congress. So it's at 66% of the votes. So 66 votes out of they got 200. So it's 171 or 163 or something like that. So it's going to take all of that to make a new department. So Doge is just bullshit. It's really just the guy, it's just like, all right, this is my assistant. Yeah, but he ain't got no say-so over nothing. I mean, it sucks, but we'll see how it plays out. Well, not on this. We can do another Pop the Balloon like a Friday or something. Matter of fact, I might do one. My homeboy Trill be here. We might do one live on Friday, but once we get closer to March 7th, we definitely won't have one. All right, where we at? The migrants or immigrants not showing up.
Do not work and do not buy. That's the message of a day without immigrants happening tomorrow. It's a nationwide effort to show the importance of immigrants in the U.S. economy and protest against anti-immigration policies. Dozens of businesses will be closed tomorrow in solidarity. New tonight, WCCO's Kirsten Mitchell visited one of them.
First of all, I know y'all not playing music. Y'all better turn that music off, man. We watching the news.
It's dinner time at Michelandia Bar and Grill in South St. Paul. It's more than a place to eat. It's a celebration of Mexican culture. But manager Alejandro Morales says these tables have been emptier than normal since President Donald Trump took office and began a sweeping immigration crackdown.
People are afraid to come in because they might think that the immigration can get in and they can take all the people in it. Not even our workers, but the customers as well.
The decline in business forced them to reduce hours.
Not only like undocumented people, that's when I go out.
The margaritas back there they ain't frozen enough back there. You might need to make them a little colder.
The people who's actually legally documented is scared to go out too.
In support of immigrants, on Monday, the restaurant will close for a day without immigrants, a nationwide initiative to show how important immigrants are as workers and consumers in the U.S. economy.
Restaurants and businesses, employees are part of the economic. Those people don't really show up in all the restaurants, not only the Hispanic restaurant, but Americans restaurant. They will feel, that there's no people.
Morales says they're taking part because they want to support the local Latin community, just as they have supported them over the years.
We all depends on everybody.
In South St. Paul, Kirsten Mitchell, WCCO News.
According to estimates from the Nonpartisan Center for Migration Studies of New York and other groups, roughly 8.3 million undocumented immigrants work in the U.S., or just over 5% of the country's workforce.
5% of the workforce. Ain't that something? Let me see what they got here. U.S. immigration raids spark fear among farm workers.
Hey folks, Donald Trump Jr. here with urgent news.
Nigga, we don't give a fuck what you talking
The
about.
world's central banks are making unprecedented moves, and it's time for all Americans to pay attention.
Fear stalks the orange groves of California's Central Valley. Residents' social media postings show recent raids and highway stops by immigration agents. Scores of undocumented people have been detained.
People are just feeling terrified. That's not something that was happening, 3, 4, 5 months ago. This is something that is happening at an intensified rate right now. Cerca del 99.
Immigrants' rights advocates have formed a crisis response team with members getting hundreds of calls from anxious migrant farm workers every day. They hand out cards printed in English and Spanish detailing people's constitutional rights not to open their doors to agents without a warrant and not to speak without an attorney. Many undocumented farm workers are not showing up for work.
Yes, people literally prefer to stay at home. They have stopped their daily activities, cut back on working hours. They are not sending their children to school.
Mass deportation will wreak havoc on a big swath of the U.S. economy.
Undocumented workers are the backbone of U.S. agriculture. The government estimates more than 40% of the people who work the farms and fields are undocumented. And the numbers are roughly the same in jobs like meatpacking and dairy.
Economists say,
oh man, I'm about to say, man, don't play that music on here. Oh man, what they getting oranges? Or on these limes?
Mass deportations mean labor shortages.
It would devastate the agricultural economy in the United States.
Economists predict a steep rise in the cost of everything from vegetables to meat and milk.
Grocery stores pass nearly all the costs onto their consumers. And so shoppers would see another bout of food inflation. And you're talking about food inflation of 5 or 6% annually. And so you're looking at considerable economic impacts that would be considered a recession.
Americans who voted for Donald Trump, hoping he'd bring down the price of groceries, could soon be in for a big shock. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Taft, California.
Man, we knew he couldn't bring no damn groceries down. They ain't showing up to work. Here we go. It's going down in California now, yay. This ain't worse than the Watch riots. This
is very important to me, and the protest is very important to me because it shows me that my community is out here and supporting our blood. Yes, we may be American, we are American citizens, but we also have blood, which is Mexican. That will never change. So I feel very supported with my community, and I'm very happy with the outcome and how many people support us.
all right, man, y'all getting lit, but let's turn the music down. They out here getting it done, I ain't gonna lie.
I think a lot of people are here outside to protest the racism, also the hypocrisy that's going on in our state and our country. We want nothing but to live and be here, and our presence here is just not welcome, even though we live here. Mass deportation, I think that's the biggest issue right now. I think that people deserve to be here. We're the ones that make this country move. We're amazing people. We're not here to steal nobody's jobs because nobody else is going to do the jobs that we do, that my people do.
It's going down. I think this is the one in California.
This is the one. She fixes, she manages, she perfects. Because maintaining this...
She better.
Thousands flood the streets of downtown LA protesting President Trump's mass deportations. Law enforcement moving in tonight after the 101 freeway was shut down several times. I'm Jory Rand.
I'm Michelle Fisher. The freeway is back open, but some of those demonstrators are still lingering right now. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo live near Union Station. Tim, what do things look like out there now?
Well, it's quiet, Michelle and Jury. It went from thousands of protesters to hundreds to just a few dozen. Just about a half an hour ago, they were walking around the corner. Their LAPD has actually been following them around for the last couple hours, trying to get them off the streets. At this point, there may be few, if any, protesters remaining in the streets. Meanwhile, you see behind me, this is Highway Patrol. They're actually blocking one of the entrances to the 101. This is one of the entry points that the protesters were able to walk onto the freeway. Obviously, the road is open at this point, but law enforcement tonight not taking any chances after all that went down today. The second-time protesters rushed onto the 101. They were running between cars, which thankfully by then had slowed to a crawl. Thousands of anti-ICE demonstrators who are against President Trump's new immigration policies protested throughout downtown Los Angeles for hours today.
It's been so great seeing everyone unite together. We really need this, especially at a time like this during Trump's presidency. So, it's really nice seeing the whole community come together, not just...
I mean, I get it. I got a question though. I've never been to a protest. I don't think I'm ever going to go to a protest. What do these people do all day that they got free time to go and protest? I mean, I knew it was Sunday, but how long do you have to be out there protesting? Like, can you just show up and then leave whenever you want to? I've never been to a protest. I don't think I'll ever go to one unless it was like something tragic had happened, obviously. But like just out here protesting, like this is what we're doing on Sunday. Hey, Mo, what you doing tomorrow? Nothing. What's up, man? They're supposed to have a protest. I'm not going to that, man. I don't want to be around a large crowd of people that tensions are rising or the police getting freaky with that trigger finger. I'm not trying to be around none of that. Someone get pepper sprayed, a car, or not a car, or a car, shit, definitely could run somebody over. Like people start stampede. I'm not trying to be in none of that, man. I'm just gonna sit at home and support from like the couch. When they were protesting in San Jose during the pandemic, and that wild ass Asian police cop, I think he shot somebody before. They were down there, they were catching shit on fire. I was at the house watching. The next day I rode my bike down there, but I was at the house watching. They had a whole trash can. They caught it on fire and pushed it at the police cars. There was a building that they were building, like a new condos downtown, right across from City Hall. They knocked the walls down in there. The construction workers was up there trying to keep people from running up there. But I was at the house watching, smoking and drinking. Like, damn, shit crazy. But I didn't care that much about no damn vaccine or having like COVID. I was just gonna sit in the house, man. Like, fuck it. It'll blow over. Like, I just don't see me sitting out. Like, I encourage you to go do it. I just don't see me going out there. Nah, man, I'm good, man. Like I said, I already had too much brain trauma in my life. I can't risk another head injury. I think if I get one more, it's over with.
Mexicans, the whole Hispanic community at large.
Hundreds marched onto the freeway in the early afternoon, forcing CHP to shut down a stretch of the 101 in both directions. The disruption, a message to the White House and even local leaders that these increased deportations since Trump was sworn into office are tearing families apart.
Our family, we all want to stay together. We don't want to see our family have to leave. We should keep the families together. They're human beings. They shouldn't be treating them as just like trash.
Between the burnouts, the music blasting, and even fireworks, the protest was loud and impossible to miss. And that was the point.
I think we expected a lot of people to show up, but we didn't expect this amount of people to show up, and we're very glad because we're able to get our message through.
At one point, LAPD in tactical gear pushed a few people back as someone tossed a traffic cone at police. But otherwise, the day-long protest never turned violent, and at last check, no arrests were made. There was some vandalism. Come Monday, you'll see plenty of four-letter words aimed at Trump spray painted on walls and signs here. This massive protest follows several similar anti-ICE demonstrations around the country today, including this smaller but just as emotional rally held in Riverside today.
I'm here to support my people. You know, I have so much love for them, and I feel like we go through so much, and we're good people. We deserve the best just like everybody else.
It took LAPD several hours to finally get all the protesters off the roads downtown. But if getting attention was the goal today, these protesters did it with flying colors. You know, we've been able to track these protesters essentially by the law enforcement helicopter and its spotlight from above. That's been up for hours this evening. It is no longer up at the moment. Obviously, plenty of police presence out here tonight, making sure no protesters find their way back on the 101, especially at night, essentially making it safe for those protesters because it would be dangerous being on any roads this late at night.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, they out there protesting. Yeah, I mean, you know, we'll see how it is. But what I think these Latinos should do, they should go find all of those Mexican for Trumps, Latinos for Trumps, and they need to exile them out of their community. And get up out of here because they're the ones that help do all of this. It be your own people. Now I know, you know, people always say, why can't we come together? Because
some of them going to sleep from God.
You got to get rid of. I'm not saying kill nobody, but I'm saying like they need to go protest all like and boycott all of those Latinos for Trump. Find out where they work at. Find out what they selling and don't buy their shit no more. It was your people that did this. Now, obviously, we know the bigger picture of who done it, but your people helped it, and there was a majority of them. I won't say a majority, but there was a nice sized portion of people that helped vote for this. So, as mentioned, you know, I don't have many problems with my brown people. You know, my cousin, she's Mexican. Well, not my cousin, my niece, she's Mexican. My great nephew, he Mexican. My other niece is Mexican. My sister-in-law is Colombian. I don't have any problem with the brown people, but I'm saying for the ones that are going out there protesting, y'all need to go find those that were the Latinos for Trump, the Mexicans for Trump, and call their ass on out. I'm pretty sure they have Facebook groups and things of that nature. I mean, I don't get involved with none of that, but you gotta go get at your people for this one. I will say this though, and I was just talking to my mom about it. With all of this going on, can we all agree that black people were being overlooked finally? All of the police attention is not on black people. Have you noticed that for the last 3 weeks? You ain't really heard too much about black folk. Now, I mean, older cases, but for the most part, it's ICE. Police, their mind is fixated on them. It's kind of like, oh, okay, the water is calm, guys. We can kind of go outside and do a little bit of backstroking. We can go get in the pool without nobody saying nothing. It's kind of shh. I ran a red light yesterday. They seen it. They were like, it's okay. It's a black guy. He's legal. I just kept it moving. I ain't even care. For one time in history, we ain't the prime suspect. It's like, get out of here, nigger. Hey, are you legal? You know what I mean? Hey, keep it moving, black guy. Get your black ass up. Hey, come here. Where's your paper? It's like, hey, keep it moving, nigger. Should say less. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't really hearing too much about black people getting arrested. I mean, obviously they still are, but the big picture is like, it's not us in the news finally. Finally, they not like us. We hearing about January 6th protesters getting out of jail, going back to jail. You ain't hearing nothing about Negro. we kind of skating through. We kind of 2025. We outside. We got the grill out. We smoking weed. We got music playing. The white folk ain't worried about us. Hey, nigger. Hey, are you illegal? They ain't even worried about us. You ain't heard about no one. Like, we finally got 3 weeks of peace. This week 3 of peace in 2020. We like, shish. Finally, we can goddamn go outside and have to worry about it. Walk down to your mailbox. You ain't got to worry about a white bitch calling the goddamn police. Hey, you checking that mail? Yeah. Oh, hey, nigga, you getting your mail? Yeah, it's like, we'll let the nigga slime, but goddamn, just don't call the police on us right now. Shut the fuck up. It's like, for one time, we got a little bit of peace. Can we get the summer too? You give us these winter months. Let us get the fucking summer, nigga. We in the house right now. Let us get the summer months. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm on camera, run the red light, but when they send it in the mail, they say, "Hey, don't do it again, black boy." they looking on those cameras for the other brown skin. Like, I'm brown, but I ain't. You know what I'm saying? My license say black. You know what I'm saying? Non-Hispanic, African, black, African American, non-Hispanic. They not looking for us right now. They're not looking for us right now. But to my brown people out there, be careful. If you have your papers on you, because they coming for you. I was always taught growing up. My mom always told me, my brothers, and my sister, we black, always have an ID on you. Even though you have the right to not show the police ID, always have an ID on you. Be as less threatening as possible. And hey, all right, here's ID, man. We'll do what the fuck you gotta do. If they gotta take you to the jail, you go to the jail, shut the fuck up, don't say nothing, just cooperate, don't get your ass whooped. Go in there, we'll come and get you out. That was always what my parents told us. So at least right now, hey, let's not say too much. Let's not say too much. Let's just keep it like, let's just float up on the radar. Like Ray Charles out here, we ain't seeing a thing. We ain't reporting nobody. We just living our life. We paying the rent. We just living our life. We complaining, but we just living our lives. We don't want no problem with nobody. We just want to go on about our business and do what we gotta do. But let us have our time. Like, hey, yo, let us just chill. Now, we ain't thanking Trump or anything for it. We just saying, finally, we ain't the goddamn prime suspect of every fucking thing. It ain't us. It ain't us. Whew. You ain't hearing nothing in the news. I mean, you hear about niggas doing nigga shit, but niggas is gonna be niggas. But I'm just saying overall, like, black people in general, it's not us. It's not us. It's just like, all right, cool. Kendrick won some Grammys. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now. Hey, looking good for black folk. I don't give a fuck what that Canadian motherfucker talk about. Hey, black folk, we were looking good last night. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. But I'm just saying, for one time, in my short memory, that we ain't the prime suspects for everything. It ain't like the man of color. Like, god damn. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we know all the terrorist shit. Most of the 9 times out of 10 ain't us anyway. But anything that's happened this year, it ain't pertaining to us. It's unfortunate what happened. You know what happened last week with the plane and everything, but that wasn't us. We had nothing to do with that. It's just, you can't point the fingers at us. We doing what we always did. Minding our own fucking business. It's just people fuck with us. Just let us do what we gotta do. And we stay up out the way. We trying to have our people have a good time. That's all we do. We work our ass off and we enjoy our free time. That's all we want to do. Don't bother us. If we show the fuck ain't bothering you. You do got some sour apples every now, but everyone does. But we just trying to live our lives. We don't want no problems. We don't care about nothing else y'all got going on. We support our brown brothers and sisters. It's just, hey, it's just, we told you what was going to happen. We told you what was going to happen. It is what it is, man. But finally, we getting overlooked. And overlooked is a good thing. $217. Massive protest downtown. We got that already. Hundreds rally 2 days ago. Oh, so they've been going at it for, oh, here we go. It was 5 hours ago.
Amazon hates this, but there's nothing they can do to stop it. There's a new electric lighter out there, and it's got the...
Why does Amazon give a fuck?
Top story here at 6 o'clock, focused on the new immigration policies under President Trump. Since taking office 2 weeks ago, the president has signed executive orders covering deportations and border enforcement. He also moved to end birthright citizenship, although that move was blocked by a federal judge in the state of Washington. House Republicans have also introduced at least 6 bills aimed at immigration reform. In response, immigrants across the country are organizing a day of protest today called A Day Without Immigrants, a movement they say means no spending, no work, and no school.
And some people here locally have joined that movement. Daisy Camilleri joins us in the studio with more on this.
What is no school going to do? Like the school, like, okay, we just got a lot of Hispanic people missing, or a lot of immigrants. I guess it's immigrants for everybody. I don't think it's just pertaining to like Central Americans or South Americans. I guess it's like any immigrants.
Stacey.
Hey, yeah, Drew, China, those participating say that it's a movement aimed at showing the vital role immigrants play in the U.S. economy. It's also a protest against anti-immigration policies. As of May of last year, Oregon is home to over 420,000 immigrants. That's according to the Immigration Research Initiative. That's about 10% of the state's population. Bakun, an Oregon farm workers union located in Woodburn, took to social media to highlight the movement, adding that, quote, they support all who participate. Immigrant rights are human rights, and no fight for justice has ever been won quietly. So how will this affect you, the viewers at home? Well, many Latino and immigrant businesses in the Portland Metro and beyond will be closing shop today to participate. Businesses like Birreria La Plaza, a popular taco shop out in Gresham and now inside the Ritz-Carlton. The owner, Horacio Hernandez, posted on Instagram last night, sharing that his 2 locations will be participating in the nationwide movement, sharing, quote, we would not exist without the power of our people that work hard.
But if you shut down your business, you're not making any money. I thought they were like, they're not going to shop at other stores. I don't know if I could shut down my shop. I guess anybody that works in that area, like in those locations, all right, well, without the immigrants, you wouldn't have this truck or this location. I can see that, but I don't know if I'm trying to miss out on money. I can see if we don't go to Walmart, we don't go to the gas station. I don't know if I would shut my place down. I mean, I understand what they're doing. Maybe it's because it isn't affecting me directly. I can't relate to it. I mean, I understand exactly why they're doing it, but I guess until it directly affects me, I wouldn't be able to see, let me shut this down so I can, show them why it's important. So, I mean, I understand why they're doing it. I just couldn't see me doing it unless it was like directly hitting me.
And simply want to improve their lives and those around them. We mentioned a few, but President Donald Trump signed a total of 10 executive orders in his first week in office on immigration and made new rules intended to more easily expel people from the country. That included ending a policy that avoided arresting immigrants at schools, hospitals, and churches. And as of this morning, KGW has not been made aware of any demonstrations planned for the Portland Metro for today. But of course, we'll keep an eye out for you and share any information if and when that does become available.
All right, well, there we go. Trump and Mexico, they settled their issues. Yeah, there you go. We got 2 hours. All right, we good. Yeah, we good. We got some free time. All right. I got like 10 minutes, and then with 9:30, 10:30. Yeah, I got like 10 minutes. Then we'll do Tubi tomorrow. I'm trying to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. I definitely got to get my 4,000 hours. Got to reach my 4,000 hours, you know, so we can apply for monetization on the 12th, I want to say. Yeah. When I hear music, it makes me dance. You get money for a certain amount of kids in the school. Yeah, but is that daily? I don't think you get paid daily. Is it like the school gets, hey, what's the attendance? We get a check today? I think that's just overall, like overall attendance. Did I scan the documents? Yeah, the documents are on my hard drive. I scanned them that weekend. I just never found a weekend to play it. When I think about 50 cents and Big Meech, shit, niggas got money, man. They said Meech snitched. I mean, I don't know personally. From when I did see it, did say he was like kind of telling other people what to do to get him about it. I don't know the whole thing, but it could just, I don't know, man. It's business. 50 does have the rights to it. I know he said this would be the last season of BMF on Stars, but I don't think it's gonna be the last season in general because he's already mapped out the Power. No, it's the Power Universe and BMF Immortals. So I think they already had the spinoffs. Plus, he has the rights. With 50 Cent having the rights, it don't matter what the hell Meech and them talking about. 50 got the rights to it. You know what I mean? I know Meech, he linked up with Rick Ross. I think that's really what got 50 mad. I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know, man. Them niggas like 50-something years, 55, 60 years old almost. It's like, man, Meech just got out. He's going to link up with who he links up. I really don't even know if there's really an issue. It could all just be marketed. Even 50 Cent, when he told Chameleonaire, like, man, I dissed you. You should diss me back. It's all marketed. So this is just making BMF more hyped up. Like, oh, man, you see what's going on with 50 and then Meech? And then we're going to see, like, at the premiere, it'll probably be Meech and 50 Cent at a premiere. They just sat down like men and squashed it. Meech is on a jet with his son because, come on, man, his son's getting money off of this. So I don't think Meech will block his son's blessing, regardless of whatever him and 50 got going on. We know him and Southwest T ain't really talk, but we see Southwest T with Meech, Lil Meech, and then with Braden and everybody. So it could just all be marketing because there's really not no hype behind BMF, in my opinion. You know, BMF is honestly, I got that 3. Well, yeah. Yeah, I got that 3 or 4. It's either Force or BMF. You can interchange with 3 and 4. I mean, I include them in the spinoffs, even though BMF is its own thing. But so I mean, we just got to see how it plays out. I think it's marketing. We're not gonna see BMF till what? March, April, May without a break will be the end of Raising Canaan. With a break, we'll probably get a break, and then Raising Canaan will come back. They probably gonna do a break because that'll take us into May. They might stop us like a week or 2 before Memorial Day and drop the last 2 episodes because they usually had You get a mid-season break, and then sometimes they were giving us a break before the last 2 episodes that used to leak. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I mean, we'll be waiting around. I mean, I don't, I don't feel any type of way. I'm not beefing with them niggas. They got more money than me, so I ain't. They always said whenever you get into a beef, you always beef up. You never beef down. You never beef with someone with less money than you. You always beef with somebody with more money than you. You never ever have issues with somebody that's behind you. You only have issues with people in front of you. You want they spot. You ain't going backwards. You got to go forward. So you got to, you know what I'm saying? You never beef with someone with less money than you. BMF could be after Raising Canaan, then Force. Well, that's what I'm saying. The earliest anything is going to come on is in May. Even though we ain't supposed to be talking about this on this channel, we got some free time. Yeah, March 7th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So May 9th would be the last day if they do 10 weeks straight. And hopefully they don't do a finale and a premiere on the same night. That's just stupid. So even if they do 10 weeks straight, that'll take us to May 9th. And then I don't think they're going to start anything till after Labor Day, the 26th. So probably June 6th will probably be like the first if we're not taking any breaks and they just knocking them straight out. But then that's going to run into 4th of July. So in 4th of July, oh hell no. I don't think they dropping nothing on the 6th. Because the 4th of July is on a Friday. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be week 5. That'll be mid-season. No, I don't think they're going to do that. Unless they drop it and they go on a break. I don't know when we're going to play. This weekend, I got the Super Bowl, so I got to go to sleep Sunday night because the game comes on at 2. And I got to be at work at 7. So Sunday night is off the books. Next weekend, I'll be in London until Monday. So that weekend's off the book. I don't know what I'm doing the weekend after that. The weekend after that is February 23rd. I have no idea what I'm doing that weekend because I'll be back on the 17th, the 23rd. And then the next week is Raising Canaan. So we only got like 2 weeks. Nah, they ain't excuses. Life is more important than that damn game, man. They're sitting right there. All 3 of them, they sitting right there. You got to understand, if I do that, that's all of my night. When you guys are on here, it's the daytime for you. When I started, that's taking all of my night. And they say it's 2 to 3 hours. And with me, it's going to take about 5 hours. So that means I'm wasting all of my Saturday night. My Sunday night, I'm definitely not wasting no holiday weekend staying here in Germany. I'm on the road somewhere. So my Sunday night, I can't play unless I'm going to play it at 12 o'clock my time. And y'all just going to have to get y'all ass up at 6 in the morning on Sunday because I got work on Monday. You see what I'm saying? So ain't no excuse. Life happens, man. Like, I got it. What's my plan on Valentine's Day? I'm going to be in London. I'm gonna be in London on Valentine's Day. Saturday. Actual Valentine's Day is so Valentine's Day is Friday. I'm not doing nothing. I'll be getting into London Friday afternoon, checking to the hotel, probably go get some drink. That Saturday, I'm going to a little it's like a Valentine's Day brunch. It's an old school hip hop brunch. So I'm gonna go to that on Saturday, and then chill Sunday and then come on back Monday. But I don't celebrate no holidays, and Valentine's Day ain't no holiday. Valentine's Day is just another. If I don't get the day off, it ain't a holiday. It ain't celebrate. If it ain't a day off, a paid day off, it ain't nothing to celebrate. My birthday ain't a day to celebrate. It's just another day during the year. President's Day is on Monday. I'll tell you what I'm doing on Monday. Flying back home, taking a shower, getting in the bed, watching TV, staying in the bed till it's time to go to work on Tuesday. You feel me? That's what I'm gonna do on Monday. Get paid to be in bed. That's what I'm gonna do on Monday. I tell you that. But yeah, we got 2.5 hours. Yeah, man. We got all of the Harder They Fall re-uploaded. You know, I took those off the channel, so it's 9 of those videos. Those will be until Monday of next week, the 10th, and then I'm gonna try to record some more this week. Raising Canaan, we got 9 episodes because episode 6 got taken down. Episode 6 got taken down. So it'll be episode 1 through 5, skip 6, 7, 8, 9, leading up to the 7th. So starting on, I think, the 27th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. No, it'll be the 24th. Yeah, Family Business New Orleans. It uploaded at 2 p.m. Eastern. It uploaded. So that's on the channel. I did the recap of that. Yeah, and then I'm gonna try to watch it. Matter of fact, let's see if it's up real quick. Guess what's back, y'all? Season 7 is back tomorrow. All American. We're gonna watch All American, but they be having like 15 episodes, man. I don't know if I'm gonna watch all of that nonsense. But the CW, man, if we can find some series on here, I can actually watch them. Based on a true story. What is this? Trial file. What is it? Oh, this came out in 2020. It's too far ago. But yeah, man. They got Houdini on here. Nail biting thrillers. Nigga, please. They got Cheaters on here. I wish we could watch Cheaters. Let me just see something real quick. Bear with me, guys. I'm about to get off here, though. Yeah, man. Let me get out of here because we ain't doing nothing. We're just gonna get hit with a copyright. Yeah, that's pretty much it there, man. I'm Mo.J. This is Mo You Know, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got Tubi Tuesday tomorrow. Yeah, Tubi Tuesday tomorrow. What? Yeah. We'll do Tubi Tuesday tomorrow. Yeah. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.